a curious procedure, wasn't it, Peter? I mean, a complete change of approach for the Academy, the way they did this. What was the thinking behind this? How do you think this has all gone down?
Well, I think the thinking is that they want to try to reach a larger audience by doing this digitally. Most of the announcement, in fact all of it, was pre-recorded, and that made sure that they absolutely got it right. All the names were pronounced correctly and that kind of thing. But what it meant was that we didn't have the traditional live audience at the theatre at the Academy headquarters in Beverly Hills, which has always been a bit of a surreal event at 5:30 in the morning, everyone very bleary-eyed, but it did give the event a bit of an oomph. It felt very live. There was a certain amount of excitement about the occasion, and just watching the digital feed or watching it on television didn't feel quite the same. It was very slick and they got all the facts correct, but it didn't seem to be quite as exciting as the usual announcement. Whether it actually reached a larger audience by streaming this on YouTube, on the Academy's website, remains to be seen, but certainly a very different way of doing it. And I mean, you've been talking about it, a list of nominees that are very, very interesting this year. And of course, the main talking point, I think, certainly here for the rest of the day, will be the diversity issue, which was such a big issue last year. Oscars so white, they said. Well, they certainly can't say that about this year's nominees.
Well, no, that is absolutely one of the key things I think we'll be talking about. A very quick thought as well, Peter, about La La Land, because for those who haven't seen it yet, it's a love story to Hollywood in many ways. So I suppose the great fun though it is, the risk there is it'd also be seen as a bit of backslapping, and a lovely film about our own industry is how it can be perceived.
Yes, it's a very much an insider movie as far as this town is concerned. Los Angeles, it's set in modern day LA. There's this extraordinary first scene where they're leaping out of cars on an overpass on a freeway, and as a feat of a cinematic feat, it was quite an achievement to do that. But I think it certainly harks back to the old days of Hollywood. The